Growing up, I had only one good pair of shoes. So on rainy school days, my mom would slip plastic bread bags over them to keep them dry. But I was never embarrassed because the school bus would be filled with rows and rows of young Iowans with bread bags slipped over their feet. Our parents may not have had much, but they worked hard for what they did have. These days, though, many families feel like...
I wouldn't exactly know how to tell somebody how to do this. Because on the surface, it just looks like you point the camera at it and you turn it on and you turn it off. But in fact, the number of puppeteers there are and the amount of communication that has to go on to get even the simplest thing to happen when you want it is just something that comes with practice.
We see too many moms and dads put their own dreams on hold.
Because the lip sync is so difficult to perform live and takes so many people, I decided that the best way to do that is to pre-program all the lip sync dialogue and perform the rest of it live. Then you actually just program the upper lip first, and then the lower lip and the tongue and the jaw, each a separate pass, and then the Gilder flip will play it back at real time. To create a character, we'll start with a two-dimensional sketch. I usually do drawings first.
The steps would be drawing it, sculpting it, molding it, casting it.
And it's painted, and you put hair on it, and the mechanics are built.
And then the final touches: what type of hair, what type of color, and what goes inside the cast. Is it animatronics? Is it mechanics?
It was primarily a kinetic rod puppet, where all the joints articulated like normal human joints. It had a cable-operated neck. The head was silicone. The armature for the body was aluminum rods, bearings, torsion springs, all nicely machined. And then we put vacuum shells over the top of it and had little posts that would stand out to keep them stood away from the actual mechanical armature inside.
Americans have been hurting.
This is a completely kinetic puppet that we built, except the head was RC and the neck was cable. That's fantastic. It took about 6 people to operate this effect. 1 on the neck, at least one on the head, 1 on the main body part, 2 on the arms, and 1 on the legs. You count that.
We'll propose ideas that aim to cut wasteful spending and balance.
When I do a new shape, it picks up the distance, and I've programmed into the head a new shape. So if I do a new, it does a new. If I do an E, it does an E shape too.
They came to me before the script was even finished, and I said, why don't we do this, and why don't we do this, and this would be a really thing to try, and they added that stuff in the script, and every day that we shot, we made up stuff.
So let's iron out loopholes to lower rates and create jobs that the greatest nation the world has ever known.